From all around the papers would come. So all around, when we say that there are 8 corners from where the papers would come. So which are those 8 corners? You know that? And how bodiless this practice can enable us to overcome any paper that comes up suddenly. So one paper will be, as Baba mentioned in the blessing, from my own self. Which paper? My own sanskara and my own nature will become a test paper for me. So any of those traces of the old sanskars which are still remaining, they will put me on trial in the end. And it will become suddenly, I feel as if I've conquered my old nature and sanskar. But when the traces are there, that can emerge suddenly. And I won't even realize that how that own nature of any weaknesses, it emerges in such a way that becomes my test paper. It reminds me, there was a mother, and this is a real incident, that one old mother who used to look after the center very well, all bhog and everything. She was very good in cooking and everything. So every time she would come to the center, make food, cook food, or make bhog and everything. Very pakka in Baba's knowledge. But suddenly she fell ill and she was in the hospital. But because she liked to make good food, she had this trace of eating good food also. That was her sanskar. And that is why she used to prepare all good things, and even for bhog and offer everyone. But when she fell ill and she was in the hospital, then as like death was coming nearer her, she had 3 sons and 3 daughters-in-law. They were not in knowledge. So they came and asked her one day, because the doctor said that she's not taking any food, nothing. She's not taken, there's something that is going on in her mind. So you can ask her. So they asked her, the sons, they asked the mother, what is it that is troubling you? Why are you not eating food? So she said, the tiffin used to go from the center, because she was very pakka. Throughout her life, she never ate anything from outside or anywhere. So the tiffin used to go from the center. So the sisters took the tiffin for her at the hospital, but she would not eat. So they asked her, what is it that you want? Why are you not eating the food? She said, I have the desire to eat pani puri. You know pani puri? Those small golgappe. You know that? The small, which we fill in some stuff and things and then have it. So she desired to have pani puri. So the sisters who were standing there, they said, look, Mataji, we'll bring it tomorrow, because it takes time to make them. So she said, no, I want to have it today. That is my desire. I want to have it today. Then the sisters did not know what to say. So the sons, they said, we will give her whatever she desires. So we'll get it from the market. So they asked her, are you going to eat from the market? She said, yes, I want it. I want to have that. That is my desire. So then the daughter-in-law rushed to get the pani puri from the market. And the sisters were watching, what is this Mataji doing? Huh? That sanskara of having good food, it emerged suddenly. And she was not realizing What are they giving me from the market? So they got it from the market, placed it in the plate in front of her, and the daughter-in-law stuffed it. And how can we not fulfill the desire of the mother? So they were about, and the moment it was brought near the, and suddenly, as if the sisters were standing there giving a lot of drishti to her, Mataji, what are you doing? You're breaking all your tapasya after so many years. You're breaking this tapasya. So when they're giving her powerful drishti, and then she started crying and she removed everything. How Baba's help in the end. Whatever we have practiced during the time, that helps us at that moment. So Baba says, increase the practice of being bodiless, being soul conscious, because to practice bodiless stage can only come through soul consciousness. So my nature can emerge in the end and become a test paper for me. So that is the first corner. The second corner is of my own sense, my nature clashing with the others. So others are family members, or that is also in connection. So test papers, if I have not won those sanskaras, then other souls may come, because everybody's sanskaras are going to emerge. Those traces which are there will emerge in the end. And the last karmic accounts has to be settled. So it will clash. Because I'm not going to be alone in this world. There are others around me. And we have never expected any person behaving in a peculiar manner with us. But that will also emerge. So their sanskaras and my sanskaras might clash. So that is the test paper. And if I have not practiced being bodiless, get detached at that moment, then what will happen? I will clash with that sanskara again and again and again. And maybe that will be the end time. And we go with that. So Baba says, that is why it creates numbers. So the practice of bodiless stage is going to help me at that time, that even if somebody comes to clash with me, I can detach myself. That will help me. So one is my own sanskara becoming a test paper for me. Another is other sanskaras are going to come and clash with me. The third corner is the situations. The situations may come suddenly. Circumstances may come suddenly. And at that moment, that soul conscious practice or being bodiless, because whatever we have practiced a long time, over a period of long time, that practice is going to take me into that stage. That practice will take me into that stage. Immediately we will be reminded, or we immediately will get into that stage. So Baba says, practice this for a long period, so that any situation, any circumstances which arises suddenly, and I just get detached. And Baba's remembrance. And that situation may come. In recent time, there was a lot of floods in India because of heavy rainfall in some of the places, some states. And it was said that the water flooded and went into the houses of so many people, but some centers and some Baba's children, they said that water came up to the gate, could not enter inside. And his example, and his house, the water came up to the gate, but did not get inside. Nothing was damaged, nothing was spoiled in Baba's home. Why? Because that readiness was there, whatever may come. But at the same time, yoga was also constantly going on. So what happens? The water cannot harm us. The water cannot make us panic. Situations may come suddenly. Fourth corner is of like nature. Nature will create upheavals. So the fourth corner is of the nature. And so many test papers on the basis of nature, too much heat or too much wind or too much uh, any element can just get mad, and it can suddenly come up, and if we are not prepared for it, that can be causing so much of damage to my internal stage. So Baba says your practice of being soul conscious and at that moment bodiless stage, that can help you. They may come and just pass by, but they cannot touch you. The upheavals of nature. But it will just as if it bows down at the feet and crosses away. That is the fourth corner. The fifth corner is of evil spirits, which Baba says. Too many souls will leave body at one time, and they do not have new bodies to take. So they will also be settling their accounts with certain souls. So that will be the fifth corner. The sixth corner will be of government. The government policies will be such, as if it is trying to harm us. It will affect all those people who have hoarded things. And those government policies, so that is also going to be one of the biggest test papers. So Baba says, the more you are detached, the more you as if I should not accumulate, the more we lead a simple life, happy life, that is granted. Otherwise, the government, the courts, the laws, all this is going to bring me into that stage of upheavals, and it may come suddenly. I may not be prepared for it, but it may come suddenly also. So at that time, the bodiless stage is going to help me. It will not create upheavals in me, but my stage can help me go through it, that test paper as well. Then the seventh corner is of Brahmin family. So one is the Lokik family, which will be the test paper, but Brahmin family also, because everyone's still effort making stage. And why we have become the students of one center? In some lives we are connected. We had some accounts. So there also, when everyone is in the effort making stage, I need to conquer that also. So the more I am having this practice of bodily stage, we are able to handle one another in a better way. Brahmin family especially. Cannot say why are these Brahmins behaving in this manner. No. Everyone is settling their accounts. And in that settlement of accounts, they may try to affect us. But no, the more I'm detached, I'm remaining in an unaffected stage. And the eighth corner The eighth corner will be that the weaknesses or whatever the Baba says, that the vices may try to put a full force on us and try to make us deviate from our path. Baba Srimad is there to protect us. And those who follow the Srimad receive that protection from Baba. But wherever I miss any Srimad, because of any dictates of my own mind, or because of the dictates of somebody else, I'm influenced by that, then that can take me away. Maya is waiting to pull my attention. So the more I am able to lead my life on the basis of the divine qualities like humility, that humbleness, then that vice of ego, jealousy, that cannot attack me, of my own weaknesses, cannot become a test paper. So vices, so one is my nature from so many births, because I'm not aware. I'm aware of the nature of this birth, but what about the past births? I'm not aware of the nature. So one is the nature of me, the nature and sanskars of the Lokik family, the circumstances and situation, the nature, the government, the evil spirits, and the vices, which will like come up in a full force. Maya trying to attack me, bring me under the influence.
When you give the example of the first one, mother, or any other example, how do you know those traces are left or they are gone?
Yeah, we don't know actually. That is why Baba says you have to practice bodiless. So even if there are any traces left, the moment they emerge, I can detach myself. Because there are some traces still remaining. We feel as if we have conquered everything. But no, slightest. And that traces are remaining because of carelessness or laziness. That I'll handle it in the end. No problem. It is a small thing. Nothing will happen. I will be able to handle it. So this carelessness or laziness, and because of that, I am like pampering them in my life, ignoring them at this moment. So that is why I'm not able to see those traces which are remaining. But in the end, suddenly it will just come up. And certain things, when we see of in others' example, that reminds us that look, how one interest that she had of cooking good food and feeding others, but at the same time, she also had that liking of eating good food. And that emerged. And afterwards, she left the body the next day. But it was good that Baba's help was there, the sisters' drishti. But for them, the sisters' drishti are there, and they are trying to remind her and caution her, you don't have to do this, we'll get it for you tomorrow, we'll get it for you tomorrow. But when our time will come, there will be no one to remind us also. Just imagine that. There will be no one to remind us also. So we have to increase our practice of bodiless stage or the more soul conscious stage, because it is only on the basis of soul conscious stage that the bodiless stage will be created. Right? Acha, Om Shanti.